Coach Ross, appreciate you joining us. Entering year 2 here at SFA, kind of putting a bow here on week 2 of fall camp. Kind of give us your overall thoughts on what you've seen out of this 2025 Lumberjacks team so far.
So far, I've seen a lot of growth. You know, we are a mature offense. We're returning a lot of guys, a lot of leadership in this room. But, you know, we've added some pieces to it. And the guys that have come in, what I love about them is just the way they've accepted by our leaders, and then how they're working every single day. So overall, we're coming together. I'm very pleased with where we're at.
And Coach, obviously the point of emphasis on offense should always be to put the ball in the end zone. But coming off of the year that you guys had last year, is there anything you may are specifically getting the guys to focus in on, or is it kind of just, hey, we're kind of going to go back to zero because it's a new year, new team?
It really is go back to work. You know, we're developing more of the team piece of it, consistency. You know, if anything last year, I thought, you know, if we were consistent at anything, it was being inconsistent. And we've got to do a better job. And I think this is a mature group, and we have great leadership in the locker room. And I feel like right now the biggest difference between this year and last year is just everybody is a team. And they've really grown together in their relationships, and Coach Carthel does such a good job with the culture piece of it, and it's showing right now the way they're playing.
Coach, you talk about the relationships and the culture aspect of the program, and when you look at the offensive side of the football, you got guys like Sam, Kylon, those weapons in the wide receiver room, in the backfield on the offensive line. Is there a point in camp where you realize that these guys have already got a year together under their belt, and maybe you can implement a little bit more early on, or is it kind of just take it one day at a time and see how this unit is taking things?
So much of offense is really players, not plays. And so I'm a better coach for those guys this year because I have a better understanding of their strengths and what they do well. And then they have a better feel for our offense and then what we're trying to do within that scope. So you put the two together and we absolutely should be ahead. We also, these guys, this is 2 years for us together as well. You know, so we have a better understanding of our roles and responsibilities within this program.
Coach, one more question for you here. Obviously had an opportunity to put the ball down and kind of get after it tonight. A little bit of a scrimmage feel, had the officials out and then the whole nine. How much better does it make your offense when you have to line up and go against Coach Mutz and his defense and the different looks that they can offer?
You know, the defense that we see every day is the best defense in our conference. They're unbelievable. You know, the preparation and just the scope of everything that they do, my God, it's so hard. Coach Mutz does a phenomenal job with the defense, which makes all of us better.
Appreciate you, Coach. Thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you, guys. Appreciate you.